Shadow generation. So it's a separate. I see. It's a separate thing, like Bowser's Fury. We're starting with Sonic though. Get the less exciting part out of the way first. So why did you say Sonic Hedgehog and then almost puke? Or you said Sonic? Okay, let me make this less loud. Make voices a little bit louder. There you go. Also, you can't see it anymore. It's opened in like a new window. Beautiful. There you go. Yeah, this is new Shan. Came out like a week ago. But I didn't have it yet, and also I was still playing through Halloween stuff. The drop dash is here now. I heard it's not a great drop dash though. I also don't remember the game just cold opening into classic Sonic and Green Hill Zone. So that's different. This is my first time streaming Sonic Generations. It's one of the, you don't 100% know what a drop dash is. So basically, so watch, so you jump, and you press the button again, and then he just goes into a spin dash when he hits the ground. Usually it works better than this though, because it does this weird did you see how he like went downhill? But still, at the end of the hill, somehow lost all his momentum. That's not usually what the drop dash does. Like, that's less effective than the spin dash. You can press down and jump. Oh, for the spin dash, yeah. That's how spin dash usually works. You see, look at that. So usually a drop dash should give you like that much speed. They did something screwy. Biz can probably speak on that better than I can, because Biz is more knowledgeable when it comes to those things. This is more Sonic physics savvy than I am. Can you use drop dash anytime you're airborne? Yeah.
The speed of a spin dash depends on how long the button is pressed.
Thanks, Elmo Chow. Ta-da! S-Rank, baby! How's the game volume, by the way? Is it too loud? Should I adjust it further?
Hey guys, what's going on? You having a party or something?
Surprise!
Sounds good? Okay.
Aw, you guys.
I think the Chalice being here is a new addition.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how they replaced the cutscene with
Hope you like this.
Sonic pushing Amy out of the way. She's just offering him cupcakes now.
I love it.
Everybody always complain about Sonic pushing her out of the way by the face.
What?
Sonic, what is that? What's it doing?
What's it doing, Sonic? Hold on one sec. I want the game to be a little bit quieter. Oh, it could do a little more. There we go.
Those are my friends.
Help us!
Oh, we are in the white void.
Where am I?
Why is it so quiet now? Is volume gonna be like a big problem? Are we gonna have to keep adjusting it all the time? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I've 100% completed this game before. On PC.
You can do a homing attack whenever a lock-on cursor appears after jumping. Zero
So,
and take them down.
So I already own this game on PC. I'm gonna be honest with you, I could not tell you what's different about the graphics.
Hold down the boost
I don't know what they've
button
done
for speed.
to this at all. It looks the same to me.
You can no longer use boost. Defeat enemies or collect rings to refill
Game
the
is a bit
boost
louder in
boost.
cutscenes. The game is louder than the
Slide to move
cutscene.
over obstacles.
It's because I turned it up a little bit because it got really quiet. Let me turn it back down a little bit. Gonna try and gonna try and find the right balance. Yeah, supposedly this is like, you know, a remaster. I don't know what they remastered.
Right rails while grinding.
Like, this game was already in HD. It was already on, like, modern hardware, essentially. I don't know what they've changed. Oh, Bis is here, yeah. Hello, Bis.
Okay, listen up, you little shit. This is how this is gonna fucking work.
Uh-huh.
You fucking demanded that we play the fucking Sonic part of this first, even though nobody gives a shit, right?
Uh-huh.
Now listen, you are going to use the drop dash at least 3 times per stage. Get your first one in now. You haven't got much time left. Do it. You've got to do it. Whoa! Yeah, buddy! Ain't that fucking worth a playthrough? Oh, so fucking good. Thank you,
I was
Elena.
just saying, like,
oh, I'm
I
so
don't-
glad we decided to do this. Look at that. Oh, shit. He's his jump model.
Hey, I've never
Oh,
streamed
fucking hell.
Sonic. I've wanted to stream Sonic Generations because I've never streamed it before. It's been like the last few Sonic games I haven't streamed.
Well, you see, Shan, in Sonic Mania, where the drop dash was introduced, it was useful because it was like okay. So either you could spin dash, which involved having to stand totally still and charge it up.
Dash just usually it feels really good.
Yeah, the drop dash is good because
you
can charge. Basically, you charge a weak spin dash in the air and it activates when you land on the ground, which not only means that you can get up to speed really quickly, but it also means that you can turn around instantly by just accelerating in the opposite direction. But you see, that's a game that doesn't have fucking boosting.
Yeah, but my main question is, what did they do to remaster this?
I couldn't tell where I was or
They changed all of the dialogue all the voice dialogue.
Is that it?
Well, you're safe now, and that's what's important.
Like, graphically speaking, is it just, like, the same?
Oh, yeah, it looks the exact fucking same.
Really? This is what I was saying, it was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, this looks 100% the same as I remember it. I could not tell you what graphical changes have been made, if any. I noticed, like, even the options, like, they didn't... There's no, like, new, like, anti-aliasing options or anything.
Well, at the very least, they've made it so you don't have a separate fucking launcher for the graphics options. That's, like, nice, I guess. They've added some collectibles to every stage. Have you found any of those?
No.
Oh, well, I guess, you're a loser, then.
What?
I guess you're a fucking...
I thought this game had red rings.
Yeah, now it has now it has red rings and something else.
Why? That's like what they did to Sonic Colors.
Was they added more shit to grab?
Yeah, they added like moon rings or whatever.
So now you've got to do a new 100% playthrough because your old one's invalidated.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, it's invalidated. Okay,
Why do I have to click on the screen? Oh, because my controller has fucked up.
Okay, so in games... Okay, so in classic Sonic, right, if you want to spin dash, you have to be stood still on the ground. This is, like, really complicated because then I'm like, oh, well, in the adventure games, you can spin dash while moving, but you slow down while charging.
Oh, it's got the DLC pinball thing.
You don't slow down instantly, you slow down gradually. It's like a friction thing. But in the classic games, you have to be stood still first. In modern Sonic, where he boosts, you can't spin dash at all. Unless if it's Sonic Frontiers, at which point you don't really have a spin dash. You have a second boost, which looks like a spin dash.
What?
And the difference with that is that, like, you detach from the ground sometimes, and it puts you in zero gravity. And it's based on Sonic Lost World, which isn't a Sonic game, it's a Mario game that they made. A boost is when Sonic has the blue magic around him and he goes, "Whoa!" in Sonic Unleashed. Or in Generations, he goes, "Here!" And he's covered in blue and he's going really fast instantly. And it kills enemies by default. And Okay, everybody prefers it when he fucking spins, Shan. We keep trying to tell them this, and they don't fucking listen. Except for Sonic Frontiers, where they half listened and then decided to put in the stupid Lost World fucking spin dash because they're fucking insane. They should listen. I know. Shan, I have spent trying to communicate to these fucking people is impossible. Like they had the director of the last game on Twitter, right? And even then, like, trying to get messages through to him, everything's like fucking like, you know, like it's all fucking like misinterpreted. It's like pulling teeth. I think really what they need to do is they need to let me have a gun. They let Shadow have a gun. When's Bis gonna have a gun?
When do I get a gun?
Also, by the way, they should put Surge in the game. Surge is fucking great. Did
you find the Surge in the game?
I'll put Mr. Judge of Gun in the gun truck.
The girl surge in the game.
Oh, for fuck's sake. For people who don't know what Elena's getting at, I have like a thing where I get very annoyed at like low-grade YouTube game reviews, like the ones that are just like so patently just like bland core fucking poorly conceived shitty background noise stuff, right? The ones that have like nothing of value to say, it's just sort of tepid takes, and like half the time they're clearly designed for people that have already know the game in and out. It's just background noise. And one of the worst examples was the fucking game completionist man. The charity
now known for charity fraud.
Yeah, the charity fraud guy. He did a review of Kirby's Dream Land 2, and his entire thing is that he talks about the process of 100%ing a game, and he explains how to do it, right? So he's explaining how you 100% Kirby's Dream Land 2, and he's saying, you gotta grab all the rainbow shards, and you gotta do this and that, and then he's like, and also you've got to rescue the girl blob in the game. No context.
Really word it like that.
Doesn't explain what the fuck the girl blob is, where it is, how you rescue it. He just says, you gotta rescue the girl blob in the game. So he doesn't mention anything useful, but he mentions that it's in the game. Like, you don't have to rescue a girl blob in real life to 100% Kirby's Dream Land 2. The blob is in the game. Thanks, you fucking useless waste of space.
Oh, he knows the girl blob. The girl blob is in the game.
God, I have so much fucking energy because I was just in Melly's server watching Dragon Ball Kai of People, right? And we're just at the bit where Goku's like, where it's towards the end of like the Namek saga, and Goku's gone Super Saiyan. Yeah, it's the bit where you're free. It's the bit where Krillin gets popped like a little grape, and Goku's like, "You heartless bastard!" And he goes Super Saiyan. And it's great because like we're watching the Kai version, right? And Kai is like really cut down, right?
Uh-huh.
One second. Dragon Ball Z episode count. So the Dragon Ball Z episode count is just shy of 300 episodes, right?
Uh-huh.
But with Kai...
Oh, I fucking missed it.
With Kai, they managed to get it down to, like, basically 170, right? So they cut it to half the length, right? And yet, still, the pacing is so fucking
Sonic
slow.
needs Omocha to tell him that you can't breathe underwater. It's like, don't stay underwater too long, Sonic, you'll start to drown.
It's kind of wild. Also, remember, you gotta get those drop dashes in.
I don't
Otherwise,
care,
this
man.
playthrough's what you gotta do.
It's not worthless. I have never streamed this game before.
You were doing the drop dashes, and you were gonna like
Generations. Okay.
Yeah, and you're gonna do
That's
at
good
least
enough.
you do some drop dashes. There's some.
I don't care that it's this new version. We're just here to stream Sonic Generations.
Nope, you're doing the drop dashes, and you're gonna like it.
I already did them anyway, Bess. Shut up.
You gotta keep doing them.
No, Bess.
Do them
I'm gonna
whenever
kick you off the stream if you're gonna be like this. If you're gonna be a little stinker, then maybe you don't get to join the stream.
Oh, go on ahead. What are you without me?
Huh?
I basically run this town, Elena.
I can't find it. Well, here, I'll just give you the jacket. It'll be quicker for me to find the jacket than it is to find the camera switch off button.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, right?
This one? Eagle.
Oh, I guess I can't be real. Eli's a bit distracted at the minute.
Okay, you can be real.
Okay, Elena. Okay, listen. All bits aside, right?
Uh-huh.
I just really am curious if you can get anything out of the move, okay? Because I don't have the mental fortitude to do another playthrough of Sonic Generations just to see if this really.
This is like my third time playing this game.
Yeah, well, it's like my like 10th.
I used to use Sonic Generations as like a benchmark to see if my laptop was like working correctly. Because when it was working correctly, it ran Sonic Generations with no problems.
Can I just...
And then when I was having issues, I would immediately notice them by playing Sonic Generation.
I'm sorry. Also, Shan wants to see more of the drop dash too. But you couldn't say no to little Shan Dandry. You couldn't say no to Shan
Anyway, what did you say you're
Dandry.
sorry about? You're like, I'm sorry. What were you responding to?
We're not remote.
I think I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, but I think I'm gonna have to have like a moment of complaining about this fucking remaster, right? Okay, so number one, the drop dash fucking sucks, right? Like, okay, so number one, right? Like, these people are so fucking stupid. I'm sorry, like, so the drop dash isn't the drop dash happens for a set amount of time. It doesn't put you in a roll state that can last longer by going downhill like Frontiers, right? The drop dash, in fact, does not have any interesting slope interaction at all, right? That includes for Classic Sonic, who has a roll state. In fact, the drop dash doesn't even put Classic Sonic in the roll state. It just pretends he's in the roll state, but he's not. So there is a roll state Classic Sonic has that sucks, but it's still kind of, it's like fine, but it's shit. And then they made a new worse roll state just for drop dashing. Isn't this wild? Isn't this fucking insane? Also, well, I'll leave the Shadow Gens complaints until we actually finally get to Shadow Gens.
It won't take very long. This game is not that long.
I just get so... Well, yeah, in Mania, it puts you in rolling. It makes you roll. It puts you in the ball.
I found a Chow.
It does that in Superstars, and like Frontiers'
I didn't
roll
even
state.
see it. I just happened to collect it.
Frontiers' default roll state is fucking garbage, but it at least puts you in it. Also, by the way, modders have finally fixed the Frontiers drop dash. You know, the one that didn't work in like half of the cyberspace stages because certain camera angles just broke it. And also didn't work in the remaining ones when you were in a loop-the-loop because the loop-the-loop involved the the Z-axis and it confused it.
I found another Chow.
They finally modders have finally fixed it. Oh yeah, the Chow are the new collectible, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, I noticed that because there was a Chow symbol on the level select.
Oh, by the way, there's no point rolling in this game. Don't even bother trying. They had a chance to fix it in this one. They didn't. It's still got too much fucking friction. You're better off just running down there.
I was gonna say it won't even let me start rolling half the time.
Yeah,
You spend all this time training me to roll, and then you're like, no, in this game it doesn't work.
Yeah,
And I mean, like every game now.
I do feel like Generations, it's interesting because, like... Generations came out at a time where people were starting to realize that the boost formula had a lot of drawbacks, right?
But everybody loved this game. This game was, like, beloved.
Yeah, that's the wild thing, though, is that when it came out, everybody was like, okay, I know I've been saying that we want classic mechanics back, but this version of Classic Sonic sucks, and this version of Modern Sonic is really good, so... Put Sonic in oil? Yeah, he does. Like, I think the problem is fundamentally is that, like, these devs, they keep going back to friction and stuff, right? Because they want every section of a level to be this highly controlled, isolated little piece of thing that doesn't interact with each other. And the problem with having low friction is it means that your state from one piece of level design to another is, like, relevant. It's, like, contextual. Oil Ocean Jones should have the best
Hi, I'm Momochal.
Alina, can you take a very specific request for me?
What's your request?
So you know Sky Sanctuary?
Oh yeah, she knows it. She knows Sky Sanctuary.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, can you make sure you do the modern version of Sky Sanctuary first?
I was planning on that anyway.
That's fine. Thank you! Thank you with the wing! Thank you, man, with the wing! Sorry if I was a little bit abrasive earlier with the drop dashing thing, Elena. I don't want to annoy you too much. I just want to simply make your life a little bit
some
hard.
nice lighting areas.
You can perform freestyle tricks.
It's remastered.
Trick jump panels.
Oh yeah. This is so much better than the original game. We didn't have any Z fighting.
I'm glad they broke modding support for this. But it's okay, you can still buy the original version of Generations if you buy the $100 Sonic bundle on Steam. If you buy literally every Sonic game.
So I lucked out, I suppose.
Freestyle tricks.
Every time we see Omo-chan now, I'm like, oh, is that one of the chows I'm supposed to collect? And then I'm disappointed because it's just Omo-chan. Oops.
Oh, by the way, you can use the drop dash in 3D, just so you know.
I know. I know.
I know, I'm just making sure you're in no way to win it.
Also, I think
Sorry,
I'm in the minority on this, but I really like the 3DS version of Sonic Generations.
Oh yeah, the 3DS
Like, a lot of people
version
are like,
is
wow, look at
interesting.
how terrible this game is. I'm like, did we play the same game?
I think
They're like,
the problem
it's
with
only
people...
in 2D, it doesn't even have the 3D sections. I'm like, okay.
Oh wow, I can't believe it's 100% 3D as opposed to the console version, which is only 10% 3D.
What?
I think I said that wrong. I can't believe it's 100% 2D rather than 90% 2D. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Also, by the way, can I just mention something? Two things, right? Number one, sometimes with the shitty drop dash that they've got a Mon Sonic. Oh yeah, that's new to the remaster.
What the fuck did they do? That's not what remastering means. It's the opposite of remastering.
They put chows in Elena.
Oh, big, what are the chow? What do I get out of the chow? Are they literally just a collectible? Like
they
the
remind
renderings?
you of a game from 2000.
Is it really it? Do they really do nothing?
They added one Shadow the Hedgehog song to the jukebox and removed a pre-existing song to fit it in.
What the And you get it for
So if
collecting
you-
the chalice?
No, it's just they took one of the songs that was previously a Sonic Rush track and replaced it with a Shadow the Hedgehog one.
Oh yeah, because this isn't the 3DS version. We can't acknowledge Sonic Rush in this one. Dimps didn't make it. If Dimps makes the game, then oh okay, I guess they can acknowledge their game.
It's really fucking annoying because like I forgot which track it was, but everything from the Rush soundtrack is great. Let's be real. And then the fucking Shadow the Hedgehog track they put in was fucking Westopolis. Who the fuck wants to listen to Westopolis?
Oh, a
Yeah,
child.
it's that like that
baby.
bland city stage. You're the first. Oh, that,
I
my
mean,
God,
I
they're
will give
flying
them
around.
credit that like I see the child and I want them. Yeah. I want to pick up the little baby.
It is cool how they've like modeled a lot of the Chow types in HD for the first time. You have a chance to wish there was a Chow garden. Oh yeah, but I was gonna say the shitty drop
is that
dash.
really like there's no you don't get anything? You just get to see them
Yeah.
on the level select?
There's no new unlockable content in this.
Why? Why did they even make this? Like did they just need something to like put with their shadow game?
Well, okay, to be
Is
fair,
that literally
they needed a Sonic Generations port for modern systems as well.
They needed it, huh?
The floor here looks like it could give way if
These tiny Sonic... I think it was a good business decision to take what was probably the best unjank-ish Sonic game from like the 2010s and bundle it with Shadow's Fury.
Boy, the flickering and like the graphical issues on this level were just. What the hell did you do, Sega?
Yeah. Oh yeah, can I finish what I was gonna say, right? Okay, so the roll state they added for this game, right? Sometimes you can see Sonic in the roll particle effect doing different animations. Like they've just put the ball over his model, right? Which is funny because there was actually a mod that did something very similar to add a roll state to Modern Sonic in this game. So like they're doing the same solution modders were doing, right? Only the mod that did that solution gave the roll state some fucking slope physics. Whereas they didn't even fucking bother doing that with the shitty drop dash.
Oh my god.
So, fucking useless buffoons. Anyway, let me see. If I designed a Sonic game, I'd call it like Sonic Roll and it would have good rolling and make sense. I actually had a demo at Sage one year, the Sonic Amateur Games Expo. And it was just called Sonic Roller NB. And it was kind of just roll-centric.
You know,
like, I
was gonna say, you know how modern Sonic can just like drop down to the ground?
Yeah.
Having the drop dash essentially gives classic Sonic the ability to do that as well. That's how I've been using it most of the time.
It doesn't actually make you fall any faster. You do know that, right?
Oh. But I've been using it to fall faster.
It doesn't.
I randomly found a Chal again.
Okay, Shan, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't recommend it. It was kind of garbage. It was like... Have you ever played photo mode in Pizza Time Explosion? It was based on the same player movement as that. I don't know. Like if you want to go to if you can find the Sage 2021 website, then I think it's on there. Like, it's only got like half a level of bad level design, and I'm kind of not proud of it. I threw it together kind of last minute.
Bye-bye, Sasha.
Honestly, if you've played photo mode and used the slide move in that, then you've kind of experienced a better version of it anyway. Because photo mode, a lot of people don't know because it has mouse controls, and mouse controls people tend not to try right-clicking. But on mouse with right-click or with the B button on controller in photo mode, you could slide. And that was basically a roll state, except instead of being a hedgehog ball creature, you were like a greased-up woman. That's my new headcanon, is that's how Crusta slides. It's just she's covered in pizza grease. She sweats the pizza grease. I am working on a game that has rolling in it though, so I don't know. And I'm gonna be focusing all my efforts on that once Twinkle's finished. And Twinkle Gift is like very close to done. I've been like kind of art blocked on it for a long time, but like the main thing is just there's a handful of drawings I need to do and some dialogue, and I finally started to get the dialogue moving again. Like, yeah, so that, it's definitely coming out, like, in the next, it's this year. I'm not putting a solid date on it because I keep fucking myself up with that. It's this fucking year, people are going to be playing Twinkle Gift this Christmas. And then I finally get to work on a game with platforming in it, which is what I want to do this entire fucking time. Oh, you're practicing rolling in Dojo at the minute? That's pretty sick and wicked. Oh yeah, Twinkle Gift. You'll be playing it soon, Shan. Don't worry. I will get into your hands soon.
Super Climb Up will probably definitely release next year. I don't see it taking another entire year to be done.
Where is the rest of my island? Sonic!
There's that one. Sonic, where's the rest of my island?
Sonic
He ate
fucking
it.
his tummy kills me.
Sonic ate it.
Yeah, so they changed the dialogue in these cutscenes, but like they couldn't change the animation. And I feel as though okay, so here's the thing, right? Okay. I like Ian Flynn as a writer a lot, right? And I think his work on the recent games has been good, right? But I think that fundamentally, having a writer who's an English speaker working with a dev team that is Japanese, right? You're gonna have these issues of communication, you know. Oh, it's Twinkle Gift with absolutely no like vowels. It's just Twinkle Gift.
Team up with Knuckles to find fairy nuts.
The original title for it actually fully was Twinkle Gift 2: A Lust for Blood, but I'm thinking of changing Blood to Battle. Mostly because I've realized the game doesn't actually have any blood in it, so I feel like it's false advertising. So it's gonna be Twinkle Gift 2: A Lust for Battle. It's not like a lust for both can relate. I'm gonna temper expectations. I know I've been working on that game for a long time. It's been like between other things. It's not a huge title. A lot of it at the time was just figuring out like what to do with it because it's not a platformer, and fundamentally that meant it was outside my wheelhouse. It's not really something that I want. It's a game
really
that like
cute and fun, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's a game. It's a game that's largely, It's a game that's largely about like an in the moment experience combined with cute side details, and I think it works well for that. It's gotten to a place where I'm pretty happy with it. I think if I release this game and then die, then that's probably a good enough legacy. Who cares? I don't know, like, you never know when you're gonna go. You have to think about these things. That being said, I would much rather get, like... I want to get one good platformer out before I die, at least. So, Cute Dash, I'm putting all my effort into after this.
Knuckles to find fairy
Well,
nuts.
most of all my effort. Like, 90% of my effort's going into that. The other 10% is prototyping
Why am I-
another
how
game
did I
that's
flick
more...
this up?
Prototyping this other thing that's collaboratory. I'm not getting too much into it. Also, I'm doing a lot of work on
Find them for you.
Super
I'm doing a
climb
lot
up.
of work on Super Climb Up. In fact, I would say that most of the Kino comes from. I think I'm adding a lot of Peak and Kinos now.
Thanks. Yeah, speaking of Super Climb Up, so Twinkle Gift, so your wheelhouse is making platformers, right?
Yeah.
But you're making an arcade-style game right now. And my
Yeah.
wheelhouse is arcade-style games, but making a platformer right now.
Yeah,
Except
we're
for
kind of.
the part that I'm working on of Super Climb Up is just sort of like a very arcadey mode.
Yeah.
So I am adding arcade-type stuff into Super Climb Up right now. I'm keeping it under wraps for now, but I am going to post more about it on my Patreon in the near future. I posted a little bit about it on there already, so if you subscribe to my Patreon, you can already see what arcade post-game stuff I'm working on. But if you would like to see more in the near future, I'm going to post more of it there. So.
Sounds good.
Oh, here we go. Generations, I think, is my favorite of like boost Sonic gameplay. By the way, I just want to point that out. Especially in the mission mode, there's some missions where it like actually feels like a proper game mechanic.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what you
The main
think of
game
Shadow
less so,
Generations.
but-
Hey, Elena.
Uh-huh.
Just a fun fact about this mission. There's no reason to drop dash in this mission.
I know there isn't.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention.
I know.
Hey, Elena.
There's no reason to drop
What do you-
dash like 80% of the time at least.
I think people should just put the drop dash in every game as an act of protest. Feel like, when are you adding the when are you adding the drop dash to Super Climber?
I now have... Why is that an invisible wall?
drop dashing is optional for this mission.
You succeeded. Well, 4 seconds under to get the async. I hate the fucking bonus spells. Cause then, like, you have to chase the fucking thing down, you know? I'll do it, though. Okay, that's not too bad.
Hey, good job.
I'll do a doppelganger race. Those are always fun. Oh my god, I forgot though that every time you play it, that see-through double of you is your doppelganger, Sonic. You've got to reach the goal before your doppelganger does. He says it every fucking time on every one of these missions.
Yeah, because otherwise how are you supposed to get through the mission?
Yeah, I have to know it's called my doppelganger. That's really important.
The doppelganger is so fucking slow. The mission objective might as well just be play the stage and
it's
pause
really
if you
just
get up.
It's really just like trying to get the S rank is the goal.
Yeah.
And to do that, it's just speedrun it, basically. These are just speedrun levels. And they're really fun as speedrun levels, but... yeah.
I would... It would be interesting to...
I have fond memories of the doppelganger races. Because I did every single mission in this game. I 100% completed it before. Whoops.
I once had an idea for a racing game, Shem, that I think you would have liked if I had done it. And I might still eventually at some point. But the idea was it was a racing game.
Come on.
Where your little vehicles or whatever, instead of having wheels, the bottom of them is just a giant bar of soap. And they have like little 2 jet engines on the side. or like air surfaces and rudders and stuff. So it was just like intentionally the slipperiest racing game humanly possible.
We call it slippery sliders. Or slippin' sliders. Might get into copyright infringement territory though.
Yeah, it could be an issue.
Slippy sliders, there you go.
Thank you, Shem.
There's your title. Slippy sliders.
I have so many games I want to make, and I'm probably not going to
Super
get a chance to
sliders,
most
there
of
you
them.
go. That's a good one.
Like, how do you have like Super Slid You?
It does have a classic cold open. I see.
Oh yeah, because they love their cold opens at this era. You know, because all the fucking... all the shitty boomer reviewers have been complaining about too much story in Sonic. So then both in colors in this game, they have cold opens on gameplay. And all the reviewers were like, oh my god, it's like in 1991!
Face me if you wish to have the Chaos Emerald. I sure do.
I can't face you, it's a 2D section.
Very funny, though.
Because you can't face him because he's in the Z-axis.
Wait, Bangs, come on. Get it together, Bangs. There we go. Nope, come in.
Apparently something about the timing of this cutscene was fucked up so that the music doesn't sync as well with the choreography of the scene.
It looks pre-rendered.
It isn't actually. That I don't think it is, at least.
Well,
I think it's an
it
engine.
looks like video. Guess it was like a little crusty. Like it had little artifacts on it.
Maybe it is now. In the original, it wasn't, because like in the original, people using mods, it's like a mod would turn up in the cutscene.
Yeah, it looked crusty video quality.
Can I just say that I like Metal Sonic's like character a lot, but I think though I don't know how I'm always in two halves about how they do his boss fights.
You can't drop dash in this level.
Oh yeah, okay. So here's the thing. You know how Modern Sonic has a drop dash? Classic Sonic actually doesn't.
But he does. I've been using it.
Well, you see, actually, that's an illusion. So you know, there's a skill system in this game. They made a drop dash skill and auto-equipped a profile that has it listed.
Oh. Well, why
and because
can't you use it here? You can't use skills in boss fights?
You can't use skills in boss fights or missions.
That's bizarre.
Or the hub. Yeah, it's terrible. And do you know why they did it? They did it like this only, I think. Because they already had the elemental shields as like a thing for Classic Sonic, right? And the elemental shields you use by pressing the jump button again. And you know how in like Sonic Mania you have the drop dash whenever you don't have an elemental shield? Well, that nuance was too complicated for these devs. They were just like, nah, it's a skill that you can't have on at the same time as an elemental shield skill. And that's how we deal with the problem. Yeah, it's full of weird and bad decisions. I fucking hate this franchise so fucking much. It makes me so angry all the time. Yeah, I know, Shan! I know! That's exactly it, because you spend your entire time just being like, no, Patrick, it's the lid! The lid! The lid! The lid! Can you please put the lid on stream, Elena?
What?
Can you please put the lid on stream, Elena?
I don't have a lid to put on stream. What are you talking about?
The clip of Patrick and the lid.
I can't... You overestimate how easy it is for me to show something on stream.
Like, you just beam SpongeBob into the stream, please. And then can you animate a new episode of SpongeBob about me and put it on the stream, please?
No.
Elena,
I said that as if it was like a real request. Like, you actually want me to do that?
Elena, could you please book Tom Kenny for the next stream?
No. Shut up. You're making...
I'm sorry. Also, yeah, play Sonic Triple Trouble at 16-bit. It's really good. I enjoyed that one a lot.
I think we should have done that a while ago.
I'm sorry, Shan. Hopefully Elena will get around to having Tom Kenny on at some point.
Shut up! I'm unamused.
Could you imagine going to like the IMDb page for Tom Kenny, and beneath the millions of things he's done, there's just a FlutterBug stream.
Oops.
I feel like if we had Tom Kenny on, we'd have to like make a character for him.
Every time you say Tom Kenny, I think you're about to say Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh no, we can't afford him.
Oh shit, my bad. We can't have Thomas the Tank Engine on our stream.
Well, I mean, are you willing to pay the money?
The Thomas the Tank Engine stream I did. It's still one of the most popular VODs on my channel. You know, the one where the audio was all fucked up.
Yeah.
And it took me a million years to get the thing to work.
Thomas the Ken Engine? Hey, could somebody... Okay, say the thought, right, Elena?
Ken Thunders?
you're within, like, okay. After the stream, right, I think we should find out how close you are to your nearest train line, right?
Oh, very close.
Yeah, and then we should look up how much it would cost to bulldoze that part of the town. Build a train line directly into your living room. How much money it would then cost to book Thomas from the island of Sodor to come over to England, get onto a barge, and then go all the way to fucking Chicago or whatever. Then take the local train route, keeping in mind that steam engines aren't allowed in American cities anymore. So he'd have to be escorted by diesels, which would cost money, and it would be the local council doing it. So you'd have to pay old Uncle Sam for escorts through there. How much it would cost to take Thomas and put him on your stream.
Oh my god.
Including the modifications to the house.
Look at the modifications. I do like that you've correctly listed modifications to the house as like the least expensive part of this.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the least important part.
Yeah, it would be worth it.
Oh, everybody's favorite cutscene.
Could you imagine living in one of the shanty towns that had to be erected because most of the
did
town
they add
you
like
live
a
in
little warbly glass texture to this? I don't remember.
Nope, that's
like
in the original.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the original.
So I just didn't remember.
In fact, this cutscene is pre-rendered.
Dr. Eggman.
I'm pretty sure it's pre-rendered.
This doesn't look pre-rendered. I don't see the crusties.
I could have sworn it was because I thought they couldn't. Maybe I'm wrong.
Wait a second.
The technology to do that warbly glass effect has been around since like the Nintendo 64. It's not actually that complicated.
I could have sworn I just remembered that for some weird technical reason it was like that, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, that's been around forever.
Yeah, Shan's right. We're just gonna have to settle for Tom Kenny.
We're still gonna have to modify the house for him. So that he can get in.
What the fuck is Tom Kenny? What do you know that I don't?
Catch me if you can.
Frontal attacks won't work. Find its
Like, is he
gotta hit him
actually
in
a
the
sponge?
ass.
Is he actually a sponge? Do we have to have like a little lake built so he can remain hydrated?
But he's actually the Ice King.
Oh.
its backside light up?
Well, we've already got like a hot babe there. That's all it takes to bring him around.
I will flatten you.
What a hot babe.
Not bad.
Elena, accept the fucking compliment.
What compliment?
Fuck off. Anyway. You try and fucking say something nice to somebody and they throw it back in your face.
Throw it back? You want me to throw it back?
No, never do that actually. You're banned
Live
from
on
throwing
stream?
it back. Nope. Twitch won't be happy. He's not on rails.
Oops.
One of me and Cass's favorite running jokes is that Sonic and Thomas are just the same franchise. They're long running. Both of them have a tendency to forget what they're originally about. They're largely aimed at kids, but have a quite big adult fan base. They're about a blue guy who's on rails.
In here it says it might be okay because I'm not a VTuber. They're like weirdly stricter with VTubers than with just real life women.
I think that it's like...
Which is very odd. Like, I don't think they should... Like, honestly, there shouldn't be restrictions to either.
Yeah.
But, even if there's more for one than the other, I don't understand.
I genuinely think Twitch is a lot of shit and I hate it. Their rules are just like based on like desperately trying to like they just want to force people to make certain types of stuff and not others, right? But they're on. But the thing is, they have to like phrase the rules in a way that isn't just like, okay, no thirst stream. Okay, no advertiser unfriendly ada stream, please. So then they have to like make up rules about like, oh well, you know, you can show your feet, but only on Tuesday. All that other shit.
I just don't understand the sort of like distinction between real people and VTubers.
Oh my
and
god!
Like VTubers are allowed to show less.
Anybody who uses the term flesh tuber is based. I think we need to have more anti-flesh bias. I think if you decide to put your like real animal body on the internet, as opposed to a really cool cross-armed like rat soda, that should be like seen as like the outlier.
Sorry.
Yeah, Elena, you're a freak.
I'll make my rant soda tomorrow. Well, I'm really like fucking this up. The first one went by so easy. I was like, oh, okay, this is just gonna take 2 seconds.
Yeah, this boss has always been a bit finicky, to be honest.
Why do I slip off? Why would it even be possible to slip off of it? That's just not nice.
Well, it's round.
Okay, but you don't have to take it literally.
But it's round.
Okay, but it doesn't. We don't. We can pretend it isn't. For the sake of making the game less frustrating. Like, see, that's what's so baffling. It's because a lot of choices are, like, overbearing and trying to make it less frustrating. But then some other choices, there's obvious places where they could have easily made it less frustrating, and then they're just like, eh.
That is sort of the thing with, like, that's sort of the thing, like, Sonic Team, Sonic Team, right, okay.
Sonic, save me!
Also, thank you, Sean. Sean says they would consider me a hot babe.
Sonic Team, everything with Sonic Team is like monkey's paw, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, imagine if you were like dating this guy, right? Okay. And he was like really nice and lovely, right? And you have a good time with him. But occasionally he just like does a few little toxic masculinity things, you know, a little bit like he gets a bit, you know. He does a few things that feel a bit cis-core or whatever, right? So you're like, hey, you know, you're cool and everything, but I think you gotta like, you know, really take a look at like your relationship with masculinity, and maybe you'll try and find more reasonable behaviors in certain contexts. And so then he rips his own dick off and screams and mutilates his own face and then throws himself off a cliff and explodes. That's basically Sonic. You know? It's like they don't really address the problem you wanted, they just kind of remove everything that was going right for them. And then they get confused why it's not working.
Tails always asking the hard-coding questions. Or the hard-hitting questions. What is it doing? Where did it go? Sonic, what is it doing? Sonic, where did it go? Also, you know those purple clouds? Do you like that they're all Mandelbrot sets? You ever notice that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's funny. I think they're just like Mandeloids. Like I don't think they're actually the Mandelbrot set. They're just like similar.
They're just Mandalorians.
Sure.
But yeah, it's like, about this, it's like people were like, oh well, it's a shame that like Sonic goes so fast now, they don't have much normal platforming. There's a lot of like stuff that feels almost like a quick time event. So then they make a Mario game, and then everybody's like, this is a shit Mario game. And they're like, well, what do you want then? So they make the worst boost game imaginable. And then people are like, well, this is terrible. And they're like, We thought you didn't. We thought this is what you wanted now. You didn't like our fucking Mario game. They just fucking they throw themselves off a different cliff based on feedback every
and yet somehow
time.
Sonic is like more popular than ever at this point.
Yeah.
Like Sonic's at like peak popularity at the moment.
I think they're like finally managing to not. Yeah, I think they're finally managing to like just do things. They maybe got their head on straight. I think maybe. I will say that even though rolling in this game sucks, the angle jumping is peak, which is a shame because the angle jumping in Shadow Gens fucking sucks.
I thought you said you weren't going to complain about that one until we play it.
I'm sorry, it's weighing on my mind. It's like, I am so close to loving that game. If they could just fix angle jumping, which I know they can do, because it's the exact same fucking player movement with different params as fucking Sonic Frontiers, and modders fixed it in Frontiers. If they could just fix that, and maybe if they could also just replace the animation for sliding so it's rolling and give it a more big slope factor and reduce the friction.
I hate the pop-in stuff that exists now.
But that's optional. If they could just do one or both of those things.
Like, you can't admire the fucking backgrounds because they're constantly, like, jiggling around and weird shit is happening to them.
It is a shame because, like, Sonic Generations' background detail is kind of peak.
Yeah, it looks... I remember it being such a nice-looking game. I mean, it still is, but, like, look at the... Oh my god. Did you see the pop-in on the reflections?
Yeah, that's a pretty famous one.
It's still nice looking, but it's like, it's just subtly worse. At least they did better than with Sonic Colors.
Oh yeah, Sonic Colors Ultimate is just a fucking car crash and a train wreck.
I've still never played that one. I'm going to have to eventually.
I almost wonder, I feel like Sonic couldn't realistically be on HRT, I don't think.
Because I've played, like
Because,
every single mainline Mario game.
Yeah.
I would like to do the same thing with Sonic. And by mainline, I mean like all the Sonic, like, platformers, you know?
Yeah.
Like all the Game Gear ones. I'd like to do the Neo Geo Pocket Color one at some point, you know? Stuff like that.
Oh,
so
I'm so
little
fucking
left that I haven't done.
Shan, it means so much to me that you've fallen for my propaganda.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention.
That's how I know I'm making a difference in this world.
I was talking about the 3DS version of Sonic Generations and how I actually like it, even though everybody's like, "Oh, it's so much worse than Sonic Generations." Regular version, you know. Similarly, I would like to play, I want to play the 3DS version of Lost World still.
Well,
because everybody says that one's worse too, but also, like, you know, the Generations thing, so like maybe I will like that version of Sonic Lost World better as well.
I have a really big hot take about Lost World 3DS, right? Lost World 3DS, the base player movement is like far better. Unspeakably better, right? The first stage of Sonic Lost World on 3DS is better than the entire console game.
I was gonna say, I played the demo of it when it was current. I remember liking playing it, so...
Well, yeah, because that's the thing, is that, like, in the console game, like, the way that parkour feels stiff and awkward, and it's only useful in very specific parts. In the 3DS version, it feels way better, and, like, the level design is open enough in the first stage for you to get some use out of it, right? But then, there's only one good stage in Sonic Lost World 3DS. Or at least, it takes one stage before the game shits its pants, and the level design turns to garbage. So that's basically the issue of the 3DS version. But you know, maybe you'll get more out of it than some people, I think.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how I will feel about it.
I will warn you though, like, if it goes badly, it's gonna go very
hey,
badly.
that glitch still happens, or Sonic ends up upside down. I remember that one from the original. Wonder if it still has the glitch where you can like exit from the 2D plane when you're not supposed to.
Wait,
when you go
hold
around
on.
the corner.
What's good on the Neo Geo Pocket Color? Sonic is? What's good on the Neo Geo Pocket Color?
Huh?
Invaderoids said it's actually good on the Neo Geo Pocket Color.
I want to play the Sonic game on the Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Oh yeah, Pocket Adventure's great. What was I about to say? There was something on my mind.
What the fuck did I just do?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I don't think so. Okay, so I like the idea of Transmask Sonic a lot, right? Okay. I've bought into the idea that he's shaving his arms and chest, right? I feel like the fact that like his character is supposed to be that he's like a weird drifter with no home, who just kind of fucking turns up in places as like a weird anomaly. I wonder if that like, I do wonder how much medication can factor into that though. But on the redemptive side to that, if anybody can be like gender fucky and not care about that stuff, it would probably be Sonic, since like half of his characterization is that he doesn't care what anybody else thinks of himself. But yeah. I do like to like think about the hypothetical in-universe role of sex and gender. Like it's interesting how like if you read this stuff literally, part of masculine presentation in this universe seems to just be being a nudist.
Thank you for saving me, Mr. Sonic. It was so scary, but I tried to be really brave.
You did great, kiddo.
Wow, they didn't even improve any textures. Did you see how blurry? Look at how blurry the texture is on that sign with the little swirl. Look at how blurry that is. Wait, zoom in and out.
I just realized I was getting confused earlier because I was bringing up like the Sonic shaving arms and stomach headcan.
Oh, here we go. This is my favorite level in all of Sonic Generations.
That was actually
that it wasn't as cool in Unleashed. Oh wait, oh nope, never mind. I got confused what it was.
That was actually me getting. Like,
this one is cool too, but it's not quite the same that I was thinking of. Anyway,
that was actually me getting my headcan backwards. It was that they're like bald because
we're gonna get through the Sonic
AFAB or something. I'm not getting into the mechanics of this now, I'm too tired. The fact that I've mixed this up is a sign that it's a topic too complicated for right now. Shout out to the original IGN review of this game, where the reviewer inexplicably said that there's only so many times you can hear City Escape before you want to pull your ears out.
What the fuck?
What an absolute fucking clown.
What a weird ass take.
I genuinely think that like a big reason that like Sonic might be doing better now is just because like I think it's a generational thing, right?
Yeah, because a lot of popular with kids again.
And also I think it's like a lot of the things that in the 2000s reviewers were like crusty old bastards, they couldn't understand that stuff. It's like a lot of the people who are crusty old bastards now were kids during the 2000s, you know? So they get it. They get the anime influence, they get the fucking feel-good music, they get
Invader
the spectacle.
Says, and I quote, "Kids go ape for Sonic."
I do see a lot of kids in like Sonic shit. You know what's really fucking annoying about Sonic merch at the minute, by the way? The Sonic clothes they make for kids are like far better than the ones they make for adults.
Oh dear.
Because Sonic shirts for kids just have pictures of Sonic on them, right? like contemporary images of what Sonic the Hedgehog actually looks like now. You know, it's all stuff that's vaguely within the Sonic brand. The shirts for adults are all fucking still 90s nostalgia shit. It's all like aimed at people in their 40s. It's like, ooh, fucking remember this fucking promotional image from 1992?
No, I wasn't born yet. I don't remember.
I remember 1992.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't think you were born yet either.
Elena, I'm just like 70 million years old.
Oh, okay.
Remember Tails looking in the window?
Chili
of
Pup
Sonic
Hottest,
and
what the
his fucking
f-
shit?
Who is that? Chili Pup?
Oh yeah, this stage has a lot of for people that have seen my Tumblr, I made a post once that was like, the average Mario Kart character owns 35 shitty businesses. It's like they've taken the same approach to references in this stage, where it's just like,
Chili Pup
it's
hottest
just-
dog in town.
I fucking hate the signs for Charmy Bee's honey.
Also, speaking of video game franchises that are more popular than they used to be, Kirby,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the other day about how Kirby is much more popular, much bigger than it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, you basically, like, would never find Kirby merchandise anywhere, right? Other than, like, online and, like, import it from Japan. Now you just go to, like, any mall, like, any store, whatever, there's Kirby stuff there, you know?
Yeah.
Kirby's very easy to find now.
Okay, so so you're saying more Chow in space, less Ivo's egg farm. I 100% agree, but they've even managed to ruin. This game manages to even ruin the Chow in space stuff, because in the adventure games, Chow in space is presented as like an in-universe movie that could actually exist, that was made in response to the events of like things that have things that exist in that
What
world, right?
absurd the way the truck moves as.
Oh yeah, I fucking love the rockets. It's so fucking silly. But yeah, in this game, they have a poster for Chow in Space, where it's credited as the credits are just a list of Sonic characters.
Yeah, it's
Like
really
apparently,
weird.
apparently Tikal's in the movie, despite being dead. And it's just like, oh, Marine the Raccoon, fucking, oh, it's Chaos. We listed so many of our TMs. A movie by Sonic. It's like Sonic wouldn't make a fucking movie. Piss off.
I'm very fond of the version of the song for the classic Sonic version of the stage.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love how they
It's one of my favorite songs in the game.
They incorporate a bit of Mystic Mine or whatever the fuck it's called.
Amy's Market. Oh, there's what you're talking about, huh?
She does. Why does she own a fucking market? Why is every fucking Sonic character now like a fucking
There's Challenge
boss?
Space too. There's the one you're talking about. I can't really see the credits. It's too small. But
I do think that's the one where like it fucking says all the bullshit
Yeah.
movie by Sonic. Yeah. Sonic would make a skate video, but not a narrative film. Yes. I actually think, okay, so Tails Tube. Has anybody seen Tails Tube? It's like it's a series of videos that like they've been doing on the social media, with like basically the voice people doing like they're in like little VTuber Sonic avatars, and they're doing like just Sonic just fucking die.
sorry, I paused at a really funny time. I was trying to adjust something on the stream.
But yeah, what was I about to say? Oh yeah. So where's the Sonic character who starts a labor union? Oh, for fuck, that'd be so. I would be so fucking happy if we got a Sonic game that was that progressive again. The series is like in SA2 they had you basically go up against the military and the government, and then it's all been downhill from there.
Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces dropped the bag so hard because it was a game about fending off a dictator who's like a big weird man-child, and it came out during the Trump presidency,
Oh,
and they
fuck
still
me,
managed
I
to make
missed the
something that was
goddamn
boring.
Skateboard. I'm restarting a lot. Like, if you don't get that skateboard, what's even the point?
What was I gonna say? Come on, my brain. No, don't do that. I mean,
It was a challenge on
My-
the wanted poster. Being the dynamite. Wanted. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, also in terms of game franchises that are more popular than they used to be,
yeah.
Pikmin.
Oh yeah, Pikmin got big.
Pikmin's,
It's a shame they
like-
had to do it by
like,
selling their
'cause-
soul, but they got big.
Nintendo's going very hard into Pikmin advertisement. No, basically. Being the dynamite.
Can I
Thank
just
you,
say, by the
Ruby.
way, the original version of this game on Steam had like a big modding community, right?
Uh-huh.
And there was this one very prolific mod made by a guy called Showin called the Classic Sonic Improvement mod, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not only did it make Classic Sonic like play a lot more like actual Classic Sonic, and not only did it add a drop dash that was way better than this one, and not only did it make rolling good and all that other stuff, right? But it also like replaced Sonic's model with one which is more accurate to the actual like classic game's art direction and
come
stuff. And I loved playing through this
Come on.
stage of the classic Sonic Improvement
Nope.
mod because like the improved rolling.
I'm fucking failing at this.
I guess Arlo was right. This game's just pixel perfect platforming. Like it's just too hard.
I was wondering if you were gonna bring up the Arlo thing on the stream today.
Yeah, Arlo was like legitimately saying that this game feels aged at this point because
Uh-huh.
apparently it asks too much precision in its jumps. And I don't know what the fuck he's on. Like it's Sonic fucking Jet. Like I think.
Where were those wanted posters? I want to get that gel. It was low down. There he is. Gel achieved.
But yeah, I was saying the
Oh,
classic Sonic Improvement mod.
no time for guessing. Follow my plan instead. I always thought it was now that my baby's dead.
Why would that be the
No
lyric,
plan for
man?
guessing now that my baby's dead. That's what I heard.
Okay.
I remember being very confused. Like I had to look up what
You
the
missed a
lyric
chow, by
actually
the
was.
way.
Huh?
Yeah, you know when you go down that big downhill, and then you're at that
The
little bit
truck
where you
is
gotta
chasing
jump.
me. So I just
Well,
had
at
to
the
leave.
when you fall into the little road where it's gonna come from the background. On the left of that little road is a chow.
I'm gonna just hope that I understand what you mean when I get there, because that made no sense to me.
Okay, so when the truck is chasing you from the left, and you fall down into a little
I don't remember
road that's
falling
like
down anywhere.
you plonk into a little street that's like moving into the camera. The street is. Look to your left. There's like a hero. There's like a hero chow of some type, like some sort of angelic
I'm
hero.
just gonna hope that when I get there, I know what this means.
Okay, I'll tell you when you're getting close. You know what? Never mind. Playing this game on stream actually has been
Okay, I
playing
don't
richer.
see anything on the left.
Okay, at the end of this bit where it's chasing you downhill, you're gonna fall into a little thing. It's on the left.
Oh, there it is. It's got like little bunny ears.
Yeah.
I had to get hit by the truck to get it. Wait, did I not get the other chow?
I think only one follows you at a time.
Oh, I see.
think.
Yeah, they disappear. Okay. Okay, okay. I did get it.
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I was about to say, but yeah, with the classic Sonic Improvement mod, this stage was really fun. Because, you know, running down the hill was actually
Maybe
like running down a hill.
What's making this stream worthwhile to you?
I don't know.
What was it? Because you said, like, I guess it was worth it after all.
Well, I don't know, the Chow thing was interesting. We're having some good banter.
Okay.
We're going to discuss stuff. I don't know, I'm just saying the stream's going well. I'm just saying, you know, like, despite everything.
I knew it well. I knew it would. You're just a stubborn little creature.
So, okay, well, now you're just being mean to me for no good reason, so...
You're just a stubborn little fairy who crawls around on the floor.
I do not crawl around on the fucking floor.
And sniffs around looking for little particles of dirt. Because that's
I
what
do
you
not.
eat.
You're the fucking detritivore here, you fucking little ice of poop. Elena, I swear to God, if you miss the fucking... Yeah, but no!
I got the skateboard, but I lost that.
Elena, I can't believe you doinked this.
I'm gonna get the skateboard.
Okay, so the wanted posters have So the wanted posters have, I believe, Fang the Sniper.
It's the polar bear and Bean the Dynamite.
Bean and Bark. And then I believe there's also a missing poster for Mighty and Ray because they hadn't been seen in the game for a while.
Is that still in this version? I was like, they gotta change those now because they're not missing anymore.
Well, maybe they were still missing. Well, they showed up in Mania, right? But Mania, if it takes place years before Generations. So maybe they just died after Mania.
Maybe they died after contracting Ligma.
What's contracting?
Yeah, the missing poster's still there.
It's just the...
Since 1993.
I hate it because not only is it like a lazy, unfunny reference, right? But it makes the world feel small, you know? Like the planet Sonic takes place on is supposed to be this like amazing, you know, there's a new adventure around every corner, you know? Like new cultures and places and stuff you couldn't even imagine. And then it's just like, oh yeah, but everybody knows Ray and Mighty.
Oh, they know that.
Ray and Mighty.
They know the squirrel and the armadillo. Bean from Dynamite Docks.
Yeah. It's funny because Bean actually isn't a duck. But he's supposed to be the son of one of the ducks from Dynamite Ducks.
Sorry, I read it as Docks. What if you got doxed by Bean the Dynamite?
I think he'd do it, to be honest.
Thank you, Blue.
Oh, those models have aged very poorly.
Watch out. Come to think of it,
Look at that flower pot.
like I remember either.
The lighting is awful.
Did you know that they actually very slightly reduced Rouge's cleavage in this version of the game?
Oh
The
yeah,
West
we're
has
supposed to be really
fallen.
mad about that.
Yeah.
You're pretty good.
Also, did you know that in this version, after having what felt like a near-death experience, Amy's first thought isn't about flirting with Sonic. The West has fallen.
I mean, she still says Sonic looks cuter.
The West has fallen. They're trying to emasculate our Aryan Ubermenches by calling them cute, like classic Sonic. The West has fallen. Sonic the Hedgehog is the harbinger of communism.
I didn't know that, like... I didn't expect right-wingers to move to trying to defend the honor of furry women.
It is...
like I didn't think it was gonna become about furry women. But here we are.
internet right-wingers the second actual right-wingers get in power, and suddenly jacking it to Batwomen is actually degeneracy and a crime, and they get slaughtered with the rest of us. Insert like a reaction image here, please. You can pick any of them. Oh, also, by the way, we probably should be talking about this, the new Twitch rules, you know. But I do think it's funny how just like... yes, Shan, feel the hate flow through you.
Yeah, I was putting that out earlier. Well, did you see that big turtle?
Putrid. Oh my gosh, a big turtle.
Big turtle.
It's funny because like, I feel like, you know, I don't agree with the idea that games age, right? But sometimes context changes. I feel like we were a lot more willing to give the classic stages in this a free pass when the game first came out. But like now, Forces was like dog shit, right? Forces was a shit-ass game. The rolling at least worked in that, though, you know? Like, Forces is, like I would say, like, it's almost a non-game. It's such a worthless waste of time. But even they got something like that so basic correct, you know? So then going back to 2011 Sonic Generations, where, like, they couldn't fucking get their head out their ass long enough to make that work.
I was gonna say, now we also have, like, Mania, and to a lesser extent, Sonic Superstars to point to for classic Sonic stuff.
Yeah. In fact, even Sonic 4 Episode 2 hadn't come out at this point. And they even made an effort to fix rolling in that. I mean, it still wasn't that great, but they did a better job than Episode 1.
I like Sonic 4 Episode 2. I wouldn't like, I don't really think about it very often. I wouldn't exactly put it in, like, my top favorite Sonic games of all time. But I like it. I appreciate it.
It's fine.
I was gonna say, I think Sonic Superstars is not considered, like, as good
What do you mean
as
Superstars
Mania,
was a disaster?
Yeah, wait a minute, huh?
Okay, that's it, we're killing you.
Alright, Invaderade, your time on FlutterBug has come to an end.
We're literally going to beat you to death now.
Also, thanks for the subscription.
What do you mean you fell through so many platforms? Okay, maybe this is like a version thing. I don't know. Like, no, we're not killing Elena. For once, Elena's fine. We're killing Invaderide.
We're killing Invaderide. Sorry, Invaderide. Hold on.
I don't know.
I can do something really funny right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
You're layering them wrong. You gotta put them higher.
Here it goes. It's killing you.
No, don't remind me for Invader. You'll be fine, Chad. Just keep clear. Dodge roll. Dodge roll.
What the hell did I just...
Okay, yeah, the bosses suck. Like, I'm not going to defend the bosses Invader. The bosses in Superstars fucking suck.
Although, that didn't really mean much to me because I tend not to like the bosses in Sonic games anyway. Like, those tend to be the worst part, but...
Okay, so I need to clarify, right? Okay, so, like, my thing is just... I'm gonna make a hot take here, right? Okay? I'm gonna make a big hot take, right? Okay? People will make these loving retrospectives of, like, all the Sonic Advance games, right? Yeah, Sonic Advance 1, 2, and 3, right? Okay? I think that Sonic Advance 1 and Superstars are in the same category. I think that Sonic Advance 2 is probably... I would play Superstars over Advance 2, right? Advance 3 is, like, the only Advance game that I would say clears Superstars.
Oh, also... Okay, I do have one major complaint with Superstars.
Yeah.
Which is that you have to get all of the Chaos Emeralds in order to get through the Trip the Sungazer campaign. So I just completely gave up on it because there's no simple way to get the Chaos Emeralds. especially not when you're already like in the trip playthrough.
Yeah.
So it was just going to be so much of a hassle that I just gave up. Especially because I still like the frickin' because the frickin' special stages are so hard, and there's no way to just quickly try it over and over, even after you beat the game. Even though there usually is some easy way to like farm the special stages after you beat the game, this one doesn't have that.
Yeah, it's locked to 1 emerald per world, I think.
Yeah,
it?
and it's real. It sucks worse than anything else they could have done to me. So I never finished the trip playthrough.
But yeah, okay. So my take with just going back to the superstars thing, I just want to say like, I don't know if people like don't like it, that's fine. But like, it's just confusing to me because it feels like flawed, right? It feels like a flawed game with a solid core, which feels like half of the classic Sonic games. Like, that's CD, that's Advance 1, that's Advance 2, that's 4 Episode 2. Episode 1 is just garbage.
Wasn't it a good combination of things to do? Oh, thanks for getting stuck on that tiny edge instead of going over the boost, Sonic.
My god. Thank you for dodge rolling, by the way, Shan. I appreciate the commitment to the bit.
Love the music here.
I feel bad now for destroying a chat member on stream. That was kind of mean.
I was just joking around.
Yeah, I think that we're actually war criminals now. I think
No, I'm not
broken
actually.
POS. We've murdered life on stream.
I just realized I could do that really funny bit, so I did that.
Yeah. I think with me, it's just like, with Superstars, it's not so much that like I don't think anybody has a right to not like the game or anything.
And rate limiting them so hard. Yeah.
I'm just... Okay, it's alright. Wait, hold on. Wait, is Invadoroid in America? Are we gonna have to pay for these medical bills? Fuck! Run!
So she got me my favorite snack.
I'm just confused. I don't get it. Just everybody was like so ready to like jump on like I don't know like Mania's bosses sucked as well. That's not even a hot take. People agree with that one. I mean, they don't suck as much. But it's just this thing where it's just like I don't know. It's just I'm just confused, right? Like especially since it came out about the same time as fucking like Frontiers. I loved, right? Like I think Frontiers is a good game, right? But Frontiers
what is this? What is this platform?
But Frontiers is like assembled
what are we doing
from like.
here? I don't remember this. I mean,
Yeah,
it must have always been there.
Just boost forward.
I didn't have any boost.
Oh.
You can run out of boost, Biss.
I mean, well, I mean, if you're a bit mid, then you can.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, the Switch version, the Switch version of Frontiers is a bit oof. That's yeah.
I
like
played it on PS4. It was perfectly fine there. It's probably a little bit crustier than PC, but not too bad.
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire.
Best Sonic boss ever. I'm gonna be honest, Sonic as a series, it's not really. The bosses aren't really its strength.
Yeah, I don't think I could list the best boss. I think actually, you know what? The best one is that one in Sonic 2 or 3. I don't remember which one, but where Eggman's in the car and the wheels like go over the bumps.
You know,
I
think
that
actually.
one.
Okay, you know, actually, I think the best boss in the series is.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes from a game that. Okay, so it comes from a game that actually generally has shit bosses. I think it might be the boss of Green Hill Zone Act 2 from Sonic Mania. Because it's one of the few bosses in the series where the series staple mechanics are actually relevant. Because you use platforming and slopes to jump high to hit him early. by the same token, maybe the Hydro City Act 1 boss, that's up there.
Oh, you want to know which one I
Carnival
think?
Night Act 2 from Sonic 2, gone.
You want to know which one I think might really be my favorite? Just like
Yeah.
based on vibes, is the first major boss fight in Sonic Frontiers, Giganto or whatever his name
Oh
is.
yeah.
That one kicks ass.
I'm hanging on. No. The bit where it's just like, I'm hanging on to the other side.
Oh yeah, did you
Won't
know
let
you
go
can
to
stand
the
on the,
end of
on the level
man.
name? Chat.
I know.
Did you know you could do this? This little platform.
It's really funny whenever the names turn up in cutscenes, because it implies that like this is just actually what white space is like.
Hey, look, it's time for Shadow. He doesn't. Ironically, he doesn't have a shadow.
Okay, so Sonic Frontiers, I was like gonna get to that eventually. I think if we're going for vibes, I actually think the best. Okay, so in Frontiers, right? If we're going for vibes, I think that Supreme is actually pretty good. People don't like Supreme, but I kind of do. The music's really good. The like time of day that automatically sets it to when you fight them is really good. I actually like the end fight. I think the end as a fight is really underrated. I could do like a fucking video essay if I wasn't such a lazy piece of garbage, explaining exactly what I like about the end fight. But to basically just sum it up in a sentence, people are upset that it wasn't another super empowering, cool fucking anime fight. But I think that's kind of almost like, whether by accident or not, the point.
Hey, Shadow,
Like-
what the fuck?
Like, the final fight is not this big thing where you do big QTEs and you get these big moments of huge feedback. It's being this tiny little speck dodging thousands or millions of missiles that could kill you in one hit, slowly chipping away at something that feels impossibly larger than yourself. With like music that like implies a beauty to your like dance of survival, and implies a certain somberness to your fight against entropy itself. The end fight is actually beautiful and great, and people didn't appreciate it because they're thick as pig shit, frankly. That's a bit mean. I'm being mean for no reason. And sorry, I'm very sassy lately for reasons that are not justified. I'm very sorry. If you don't like the end fight, it's fine. I acknowledge it's also like this weird budget thing. I just like it. Okay. Nothing's more fierce than somebody who feels like they're the underdog,
I can't boost Omo-chan. I'm sorry I failed you.
I don't know, and like, again, no, it's actually fine if you don't like the end fight.
Here we go.
I think I'm just annoyed because I feel like I'm the only person who's like sees the value in what was originally there. And also the fight that replaces it, that everybody's like, oh yeah, they finally fixed the game. Oh, they finally fucking did a good the end fight with the one in like the Final Horizons DLC.
Sorry, that was me.
Like that. But
I
like
was
that
one of
fight
those
is.
people.
I like that fight too, right? The moment where like you have all your rings knocked out, like most of your rings knocked out of yourself, and then Supersonic slurps the Chaos Emeralds back in, all sassy, and powers back up. That's so cool. And I like the fucking final shot with Eggman and the gun, and he pisses on the moon. I love all that, right?
Uh-huh.
But like, it's still not really like it's like mechanically the fight sucks. Like it basically you have to know a lot. Yeah, you have to know a load of hidden mechanics that only come up one of a time in other fights.
I'm out of boost. But I'm just really completely fucking up this fight, aren't I?
Oh yeah, Elena.
How did I run out of boost like that there?
Because you didn't have enough in your gauge.
Like, I couldn't catch up to him. I don't understand.
Well, you're supposed to boost into the rocks to slow him down.
That's what I did. And there were no more rocks. I hit them all.
You still are slightly faster than him by default.
I say. Well, then how did it go down like that?
I don't know.
Anyway, I had the one last thing to say about Sonic Superstars, which is that Trip the Sun Gazer is amazing, and I'm very glad that we have her.
Trip the Sun Gaze is great.
I can only hope and pray that we see more of her in the future.
I was actually thinking, like... So, a lot of the, like, writing changes they've been doing to Amy that, like, are somewhat divisive, right? I think that part of the reason those are happening is because Sonic is, at the end of the day, kind of a brand, and, like... I don't know, it's like, weird, because I think that, like... It's really hard to talk about stuff, because you don't get actual much writing from Sonic characters, you know?
Got him.
Like, these games don't... I love how you just sort of, like, rub up against his back, and his rings fall out. He trips.
And
you
he
trip
gets
him
really
over.
upset.
Yeah. But yeah, the Amy writing changes, right? It's hard talking about them because you get, like, this isn't like, you know, like a fucking TV show where you have like an entire series of writing to go off, right? You get like
Love the Chaos
a
Emerald just
handful.
indiscriminately clipping through everything there.
It's pretty funny. But you only get like a few lines of dialogue off each character each game, right?
Uh-huh.
So you have a situation where it's like, is it that they've completely removed Amy's romantic interest in Sonic? Or is it just that they've allowed her to be not a one-note joke character, you know?
To be more than the girl character in the game. The girl hog
Yeah.
in the game.
I think that ideally the place I would like her to be at is like, you know, where she was, like, probably at SA2, where like her like romantic interest is a thing that exists, but also she's like valuable for maybe being like, well, actually okay, SA2 she's not proactive enough. I think she could do with being more of a proactive main player, right? But like, I think having the romantic stuff still there is good and fine, right? And then having her be like valuable because like, so like Sonic characters are all like, a lot of them are like supposed to be aspirational in different ways, right? You know, it's like Sonic represents you at your best, sort of. He's sort of like a you who's not weighed down by anything or inhibited, right? Shadow is kind of like he's a power fantasy because he suffers a lot more than Sonic, and he is tied down like a real person, but he finds the strength to carry on regardless. That's his thing, right? I think the heart of like Amy's stuff was kind of good when it was like Amy's like actively more of like like Sonic's a person who like lives freely and then like sets a good example and forgives others. You know, he's not
Some
mushy and
fucky
he's not
things
one
just
for
happened
words.
there, but I lived. So I'll
Oh,
take
yeah.
it.
You kind of failed upwards
Uh-oh.
there.
I failed downwards there.
I think this is a drifting challenge, darling.
I'm not very good at the drifting. As you
Well,
might have
you're not
been able to
going to
tell.
be very good at the challenge then. But yeah, what was I saying? So like, I feel like Amy at the heart of it, right? Like her thing, which is what Frontiers felt like it was going for, is that Amy is like more decidedly sort of like mushy and like in detail sentimental than Sonic is or whatever. And that's part of the thing. Like Sonic is like definitely like emotionally intelligent and like an uplifting force, right?
Sonic
But
Force
also-
says.
I guess. But like he's not one to like stand around and talk about issues, right? Like he's like always moving, right? And he gives
did I-
people the room to
how did I
improve
manage that
themselves rather than I think, did you accidentally drop dash into the wall and
I think
you
it must have
slide
been
off
an
to the side?
accidental drop dash. You're right.
Wow, so the
We
drop
just
dash
tried
is
to
like
jump.
inverse useful.
Oh, you still got the
It's like
S rank, so it's
-1
okay.
useful. That is such a lenient S rank.
You're right.
Yeah, what was I going with this? Okay, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. This is just probably requires too much fucking space to like really get into here. Yeah,
Also, I wanted to
never
give
mind. I'm
my,
dropping this.
The rings, Mr. Sonic. Press the button if you need me.
She sounds like an old woman.
Call on Cream to throw rings to you. There are no other rings here, so take.
I'm glad you like hearing about it, Shan. Like, I don't know. I think I need to just have like a YouTube channel or something for a lot of my thoughts on this stuff.
Also only be filled using rings.
Because I have a because like,
Call on Cream to
number
throw
one,
rings to you.
I would probably do better with like an actual script. And number two, fucking trying to do this over the top of Sonic Generations is a nightmare. I like this mission a lot because the music's really nice. I like how Cream is there.
Mr. Sonic.
Cream is like Cream is a fucking great character. I love her dearly.
My one more Sonic hot take opinion from me.
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes is my favorite 3D Sonic game.
You didn't know Cream could fly? What do you think the fucking ears are for? Hearing?
Hearing.
You have much to learn.
Yeah, Cream is a flying character. She tends to be like the easy mode character when she's included as playable.
I think that like it's really funny that like so Sonic is a series where quite often one character will be like reskinned into others, you know, like mechanically.
Wait, what the fuck
I
am
find it
doing
funny
here?
that Tails has like
Oh, the buttons.
There are basically two women which have been like alt Tailses before, right? Cream and Rouge, depending on the game, right? In Sonic Advance, Cream is just always like the other Tails. In Sonic Heroes, both Rouge and Cream are the other Tails. It's just weird. I don't know.
What's the really good warning sign?
Oh, I think they talk about the death pit sign, you know, as like classic Sonic going ah, you know. She could be called Ears.
Ears the rabbit.
Ears the rabbit. There's like a phrase in like British English that like I think it's not really my generation, so I don't really get it, but it's like it's cheers, ears. I don't know why they say that.
If you've got
I don't know.
ears, say cheers.
Like I don't know.
Drill baby drill.
That's actually a really clever phrase, because if they don't have ears, they're not going to know to say cheers. Quills the Hedgehog. One of my headcanons, a big one, is that like, and I guess it's almost supported by canon, but it's the idea that like, in the Sonic worlds, you know, they've established that like, animal people live on islands usually, and then humans live on like the continents, right? I like to imagine that like having like an actually structured name is like a human thing. And then having like some sort of like title like Sonic the Hedgehog is like an animal people thing, right? So Sonic is just Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Because he lives very freely. He's the archetypical animal guy, right? Knuckles the Echidna just has an animal person name, right? Who are the main two cast members who have human names? You have Amy Rose, who's implied to live in Station Square in Sonic Adventure. Ergo, she lives within human society, right? And then you have Miles Tails Prower, who's a nerd, who we know owns a house in a human town. As seen in Sonic Battle. Well, I think that's it's probably a human town, I don't fucking know. But like, Like, Tails is kind of a nerd and is kind of involved with society a bit. So he has a name like that, but he mostly goes by, like, Tails amongst his
I
friends.
think those are Mandelbrot sets. I think they just cut the needle off the end of it.
So it'd fit into the square better.
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess I didn't want all the little pointy bits sticking out.
Okay, so they've decanonized all the names all the ages recently shown. But Tails is supposed to be 8 years old, yeah. Tails is 8. I think Cream is like 6. I think Charmy might be 6 as well.
I believe it. He seems like he's 6.
Yeah.
A giant worm. That's what he'd say if he saw Perfect Chaos.
Do you think Charmy just like logs onto Discord? It's like, hey Tails, log on to Fortnite.
Oh my god.
And Tails is like, hell yeah. That's not what he sounds like, you know.
So Tails is supposed to be the same age as Haley from Grey Area.
When's
Is it
Haley
you
getting a
telling me?
mech? Put Haley in a mech now.
Well, Tails is supposed to be a smart baby, and Haley is not.
Okay, when's Haley buying a house?
I guess that would not be a smart thing to do.
Okay, yeah, like in
Apparently.
Sonic Frontiers, Sonic's like voice is downplayed a bit. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like it because I think that like Roger Craig Smith, his Sonic voice kind of just, and I haven't liked his Sonic voice that much anyway. So
He sounds
if he
weird
just
in
talk,
Frontiers.
I mean, he doesn't sound like what you'd expect Sonic to sound like, right?
Uh-huh.
But I think that because he sounds closer to his normal voice, he gives a better performance.
Boost to run across the water.
So spelled HOT longer in Frontiers.
Amy sounds like a grown-ass woman.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like them. The current voice cast is a little bit eh. I don't know. The guy that got doing Shadow's pretty good.
Rizvi, Sasha, and I just recently watched all of Gravity Falls, right?
Yeah.
And like one of the first things I noticed in that show is that Dipper just sounds like a grown man. And I never got over it. Oh boy, the weird little graphical glitches are really pissing me off. Because it doesn't need to be like that. It wasn't like that in the original. Like, why does that road keep turning transparent? That doesn't make any sense. That's
Maybe they'll
terrible.
fix it.
Well, they shouldn't have broken it.
Maybe they'll fix it.
See,
Well,
stuff
maybe
like
it's
that
gonna be-
is less acceptable when it was good, like it was perfectly fine before, and then they fucked it up, you know?
Hey, do you remember how like Sonic Adventure like just kept getting ported and it was worse every time?
Uh-huh.
Do you-
Wait, that boss fight was super duper easy.
Is this
That's
just
like
what it's always
nothing.
gonna be like? A Sonic game's just gonna like gaslight you. You go back to them after 10 years and suddenly the entire thing is barely held together, and you think it's the game, but it's actually just that it's been slowly degrading over time.
You're doing great, Sonic. You mean you're doing great, Sonics. Right. I may never get used to that. Ah!
Chance is like a JPEG, the crust spread off.
Whoa! Did that emerald just scare off the monster? The Chaos Emerald's powers are miraculous, and we sure could use a miracle. We need that
I feel like fundamentally
Your speed has
like
been able to restore our friends. I bet it can
part of the
restore Chaos
problem-
Emerald to full power too.
like
And I bet you double we're going to need.
I don't know, like
You're on.
You guys have your work cut out for you.
Uron sounds like sort of like the antimatter version of urine. Or something along those lines.
Thank you, Elena, for that observation.
Okay, we got Sonic Unleashed level available now. I want to play that one at least, because it's my favorite.
Oh my god, we're so close to... We've plowed through generations.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say it's
quickly.
probably gonna get. I was gonna tell you, like, you don't have to worry, it's only gonna be like 1 or 2 streams. It's not that long.
That's good.
Oh, I can't do the... I have to do this one first. Oh, wow, they're gonna show me the levels but make me do them in fucking order? Come on. We only have to do one here. Well, I already know how to stomp, it's okay. Okay, this one's good too, though. I do like what they did with Crisis City. Why the where's my homing? Where's my dick out? What? Hey!
But yeah, I was gonna say, I just think that, like, fundamentally, like, some of the issues, like... I kind of almost wonder if, like... The nature of copyright sucks, you know? Like... I think at this point, right, it's like... I see so many people who are, like... These, like... I know that, like, the fan game scene has been talked about a lot, but, like...
And
even
also,
the parts
we play
of...
a lot of fan games on the stream.
Yeah. But, like, even outside of the stuff people talk about, you know, like, we touched upon Roblox a little bit, but, like, the Roblox Sonic scene keeps getting more and more advanced. There's, like, a load of wild Sonic games being made in fucking dreams. There's so many fan artists that are, like, taking all of the artistic inspirations of Sonic and reverse engineering it and, like, sort of reconstructing it from its influences, almost. It feels like it's a situation where it's like the component parts of Sonic should have just been allowed to decompose into the public conscience so that, like, anybody can make their own version of this, you know? So it becomes kind of a bit like, so it becomes like, you know, like a public, you know, it becomes a thing where, like, anybody's allowed to have their own take on it, you know? But, like, that's just not allowed to happen nowadays, you know? It's like one company fucking owns this shit, and they're gonna own it for, like, the life of Yuji Naka and Naoto Oshima or whatever, plus 75 years. And then it's like, oh, well, you actually made a Sonic, a game where Sonic talked. We only did that in 1996, and now you gotta wait another fucking 70 years or whatever. Yeah, you're right, just the lifespan of the fucking universe. It's just like, what's the point, you know? It's like, they've already made a fucking Mario game that's a Sonic game. Like, at that point, that's just an admission that, like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, the fact that Sega makes these games is meaningless. The people working on them are all just a load of fucking people, you know? They have as much claim to, like, authenticity as, like, the kids on Roblox do, really.
Ouch.
So I think that, like, issues like what Clean of Glitch was talking about with, like...
Oops.
You know...
Well...
You know, with the time progressing and the characters aging and the voices and stuff is like...
There we go. Hell yeah.
The nature of copyright encourages them to make this stupid wishy-washy bullshit where it's like... You know, it encourages you to Simpson stuff, you know? Just, like, keep making stuff and don't worry about it too much. I don't think...
I really wish the child collecting did fucking literally anything. Why does it do nothing? Why is it just another busy thing to do?
Well, to be fair, that's also just the red rings, isn't it? It's just a thing to do.
Well, that's why I said why another one?
Because then they can say that the game has a new feature.
It's not a feature. I refuse to believe that's what feature means.
You see, Elena, games are a list of objectives that you complete. And the list got longer, so there's more game here, so...
But there has to be a purpose to the objective. Like, it has to, like, move something forward. It can't just exist for the sake of itself. It can't just move the number of talents I have forward. and that be all it's good for. It's stupid.
I mean, it is. Imagine if they put the Chow Garden generations. That'd be... I'm gonna be real with you, right? Okay. I'm gonna make a real hot take here. This is gonna be a big one, right? If the Chow Garden ever comes back, it's gonna be a disappointment, right? Because, like,
Yeah,
the way the Chow Garden... Like, the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure 2, right? Like, the Chow's models have all these, like, points on them that, like, slightly deform and recolor based on their stats, right?
I got worried for a second there.
The way that, like, Chows visually evolve based on, like, the input you put on, like, especially if you get to, like, the advanced types of Chows, you know? It's the sort of thing that, like...
Hey, look, I got all 3 Chows for once.
Nice. But it's the sort of thing, like, a dev team in the late 90s was kind of perfect for, you know? Where you have, like, the artists and the programmers in close proximity and maybe sharing drinks after hours or whatever. In a modern AAA environment, you're not going to get that working right. You're not going to have, like, a dynamic system where the model deforms based on stats.
Can I do
and
this
they
one
grow
now?
into different
Okay,
types in, like, a smooth
now.
way. It's not going to happen.
This is the last
So then
level
already...
I'm gonna do for the stream today.
Nice. Oh, I was watching Pariah's stream earlier today, Elena, and there was a controversial topic on it, right?
Oh.
So amongst, okay, so keep in mind, right? Okay, the amount of casual fans of Sonic there are, right? Is Vector a more popular character than Chaos?
I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin considering that.
I think, like, he was acting as if that was, like, a sacrilegious thing to say. I think it's 100% right. I think way more people... Find the computer room! There you go. I did it. Nothing we do seems to stop these aliens from coming and coming!
Nothing we do seems to stop these aliens from coming and coming.
You can use the right stick to look around
what
you!
What the fuck is this? Come on, this is
Have
like
you
the
tried
best
going
looking
up?
level. Why? How did this happen, Sega?
Dear
Come
Sega.
on.
What the fuck?
Dear Sega, what the absolute fuck are you on? Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with the original Unleashed version of this level, but this because I always fondly remember this part as being one of like the coolest parts in any Sonic game I've played, where you go over this, and then you go down and you see the whole fucking city like that. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's like
It is
kick-ass.
beautiful, luscious.
And it doesn't. You don't see the. It doesn't have like the render distance to like show the city like that. In the original.
I am so sorry for your loss.
I think that alone did a lot of damage to my opinion of Sonic Unleashed. Is that this level was not nearly as exciting
Sonic Unleashed.
as Sonic Generations made it seem.
Sonic Unleashed, I don't know. I'm really interested to see where people's opinion of that one goes. Because, like, it is absolutely an untouchable darling in people's minds at the minute.
And here I am stomping on it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Sonic Unleashed kinda sucks, actually.
I think the part of it is just that, like, you know, it was like, it came out just after 06, right? It was
There's
such
too
a
many
big
design-
jump in presentation.
There's too
as
many
well.
design decisions that I have issues with. Like, I can't forgive it for my issues I have with it.
What do you... Okay, if you had to, like, mention some things you actually do like about Unleashed, what would they be?
And you
can't mention the sandwich. Oh, okay.
What sandwich?
Do you remember Dr. Eggman's shockingly realistic sandwich?
I don't remember that, no.
I guess maybe that's aged as well. But like, he has a sandwich that, like, at least on like TVs at the time, it looked like photorealistic. It looked like just a real sandwich he was holding.
Wasn't that from Sonic Lost World?
No. It's Unleashed. Later ports of Unleashed fixed the frame rate in some stages, but like, in fact, they're not technically ports. I don't think they're like backwards compatibility systems built into Xboxes or whatever. But they're backwards compatible in a way that like overclocks them or lets them have more CPU power or something. The author's thinly disguised desire for a club sandwich.
Okay, here's a question, and you're allowed to spoil me. Did they put any levels in Shadow Generations that come from games that were released after Generations?
Yes.
Okay, don't tell me what it is. I was just curious. Because I felt like that would be a good opportunity to do something like that. I'm glad to hear that they did then.
A lot of people are really confused, but I think it makes sense, right?
Because everybody's time traveling, anyway, so like...
Yeah. But then people are always like,
so
well, Sonic only goes to stages from his past, right?
Well,
to which I respond, well, that's modern Sonic. Classic Sonic goes to stages from his past.
From his future, I mean. Yeah.
His future, I mean, sorry.
Because, yeah, like, how would they have made Sonic go to the future? No future games existed yet.
Would it be really funny though if they had done that in like a way that just like they're forcing their own hand, like, oh well, one day we've got to make the stage an actual game and make it make sense.
What if it was called Gloopy Gloopy Land or something, and it's all made out, it's just like bullshit, and there's like balls and slime and stuff. Gloop Land.
The boss is literally Time Eater. Time is irrelevant.
They put a fucking Sonic Lost World level in this game. See, that's what I thought they would do when they were making a remaster of Generations. I was like, oh, they can put new levels in that take place from games that didn't exist yet, you know? Like, they could do a whole new section that's like Lost World, Forces, and Frontiers.
Mm.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. Well, we don't need Lost World in there. We don't have to worry about that. But yeah, Forces.
I mean, hey, they acknowledged Sonic 06.
Yeah, well, the difference is that 06 had like a load of like good ideas that were ruined by execution. Lost World is a Mario game.
Yeah, but could you imagine seeing like those levels, but like, or like a level from that game, but it's done in this style instead?
Name one stage from Sonic Lost World that is like in any way interesting.
I like the beach stage. Like that one. I like the one with the big fruits rolling around and you make a smoothie out of them.
I think that Elena.
And you can. This game's very good at like making big spectacles out of the levels. You know, like the Unleashed one we just did. Like imagine a Sonic Lost World stage, but it's like turned into like a bigger spectacle. You know.
Elena.
Uh-huh.
Everything in Lost World looks like a plastic Fisher-Price toy. And it's all fucking Mario, New Super Mario Bros. Level themes. I don't care. Like,
but I really like the art style in that game. I feel like Sonic Superstars was like the proper like, and like that was like, it was like the same thing but like executed properly. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. It was like
I disagree greatly.
It was like the I'm like fumbling over the words I want to say, but it's like it was like that, but like properly executed. Basically, like I felt like my only problem with the art style in Sonic Lost World was that Sonic didn't match. Like the characters were still in like this style. Sorry, I'm just having
put
fun.
Hyrule's out in there.
Sorry,
You know, unironically, I would prefer if Sonic went to Yoshi's Island than anywhere from actual base Lost World. Yoshi's Island is a more interesting location for Sonic Generations DLC than any of the actual stages in Lost World. I'm sorry. Why are you rotating your hog?
Sorry for rotating your hog back there.
Oh,
Okay,
Elaine,
wait, they could do a new section that's just Sonic 4, Sonic Mania, and Sonic Superstars.
Unironically, I would prefer a Sonic 4 stage to something from Lost World. I don't care. Hey, Lena, you're having fun stimming with the hog. Can I just suggest something? One thing I used to love doing in the hub world for this, right, is I would run. Don't leave the game. Oh, for fuck's sake, you didn't wait for me to say the thing.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, start running, right? Turn the stick the other way so that Sonic starts trying to skid to a stop, and then mash boost while holding the opposite direction you're moving.
Oh boy, that's great. What's he doing?
Look at him!
Wait, what's through this door? Oh yeah, I remember that. The collection room. What's this?
Rotisserie hot hog. To be fair, Shan, I think if you stepped out during a hurricane, you probably could. That's basically what he's doing. Is he's just trying to stop while in a hurricane of his own making.
Yeah, I'm very fond of the look of Sonic Lost World. My only issue is just that Sonic doesn't match. That was my only problem with that. So I felt like using classic Sonic and an art style like that was a much better fit.
While I'm here, actually, anybody who's played, either Shadow Generations or Sonic Generations, did any of the games stand out as especially hard to you in either? Don't mention stage names because Elaine is avoiding spoilers for Shadow Gens, but just I'm just asking. Because Arlo was saying that this, we were sort of joking about it earlier, but Arlo said that Sonic Generations and Shadow Gens were both quite difficult. And I found that opinion
There was
kind
somebody
of weird,
in my chat, I think it was Maxie, who's not here right now, said it was difficult, I think. It was like, oh, you should look forward to a challenge. Rainy, what are you doing there? You know you're not supposed to be there. Go on, get. Don't look at me like that. She gave me just the saddest, most pathetic look. You might have seen that on the camera. She was just like... we try
Poor
to keep...
little dog thing.
We don't have an actual fence because it would be awkward to put here, but we have a virtual area where they're supposed to stay, and then this is our space over here. It is very difficult to teach them, to teach a dog where they're allowed or not without a physical barrier. So I have to do a lot of shoeing. Oh yeah, Bess, check out my background. Look what's still there.
Oh, that's...
The booba's still here. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Sorry this wasn't yesterday, because my computer was misbehaving yesterday, but it turned out to not really be a problem. It just took it was one of those things where it took forever to, figure out how to fix the problem. But when it was actually fixed, it was really simple and there's no problem anymore. But I still didn't stream yesterday. So I'm going to be back now on Thursday, and we're gonna finish Generations and probably start Shadow Generations. And I'm going to play probably more Zelda or something. let's see. So next Saturday, I have another Bean Bonus stream. I'm gonna play more of Wizard of Oz DS game. Maybe more Zelda, and then Sunday will also be more Shadow Generations if I haven't beaten it yet. So that's what you got to look forward to. I gotta figure out something else to. Oh yeah, Security Breach. We gotta finish Security Breach at some point. I'll figure that out. I'll figure out when our final Security Breach stream will be. Rainy, what do you have in your mouth?
Mm.
Now she's running around with who knows what. The black, see that black thing she had there, Sasha? Piece of plastic. It looks like something that clothes came on. Anyway, that's upcoming week. I hope you look forward to it. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.